The reason why most people struggle to really make progress is not because of a lack of effort, it's usually the wrong strategy. More than anything, people want to get in shape, they want to lose body fat, they're motivated, they've got the drive, you know, they've going to the gym, they're doing all these things. But when it comes to their diet, they're just choosing the wrong strategy. And then what ends up happening is they give up, they burn out, they do things like cutting out certain food groups. I'm not going to cut out my sugar, no carbs. And what this does, it basically forces them to stop having the foods they actually enjoy. And then that only lasts so long. If you're an Indian person and you're saying you're going to have no carbs, that means you're not going to have any roti, pronte, rice, none of these things. And let's be real, especially if you're living with family and you go around your cousins' houses and, you know, do the kind of normal socializing, you're going to be missing out big time. And then you come to a point where you think, sod this, I'm going to go back to eating it. And then because you didn't try to incorporate it in your diet initially, you end up binging on it. And then you start eating more and more and more of those calories. And you overeat, and then you think, right, messed up my diet, start again on Monday. And this cycle continues and continues. And eventually you give up, and then you're back to square one. The next year comes around, January, New Year's, same kind of effort, same kind of motivation. But again, you choose a different strategy this time. Now you might do intermittent fasting. I'm only going to eat for 4 hours, but I'm going to fast for 20 hours in a day. And then same thing happens. It lasts maybe a few months this time. You do a bit better, you lose some weight, but you end up regaining it all plus some once you give up. So the moral of the story is choose a strategy which actually includes the foods you like, manages those foods into your current diet, right? If you are going to eat roti, put it in the diet. If you are going to have chocolate, put it in the diet. If you are going to have a few drinks, incorporate it into your diet. And there are definitely ways and strategies to do this. My kind of view on dieting, especially for fat loss, is just work out how many calories you need to drop body fat. We know it's all about a calorie deficit. Regardless of what diet you follow, if you have got two diets, diet A and diet B, the calories are the same, the protein's the same, you get the same results. So if one diet, I could be eating crisps and chocolate, the other diet might be a no sugar diet, but at the end of the day, if the calories and the protein are similar, you get a very similar result. So knowing this, what you want to do is think, okay, cool. I want to have a pretty healthy diet, right? Most of my food is going to be healthy, nutritious. But if I have a chocolate every day, which is 150 calories, for example, I can budget that into my calories. And as long as I plan it in, I'll be hitting my targets, I'll be getting the results. So it's not about completely cutting things out because, as I said earlier, you'll end up giving up. So that's what it's about. It's not a lack of effort, a lack of strategy. Once you choose the right strategy for you and you can stick to it long term, then you start to get the real results. And then also, when you're trying to lose body fat, you're obviously in a calorie deficit, your calories are lower. The calories are not going to be lower forever. Once you hit your goal, do a reverse diet, increase your calories back to your maintenance, and now you're eating way more food, but you're staying nice and lean. So this is the type of strategy we teach people on our online coaching and in our personal training. So if you guys do want to get involved with us, hit the link below, and you can also download some guides which are down below as well.